Welcome to the animated summary of The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. This is part 1 out of 3, and in this episode I'm going to talk about The Strangest Secret. Dr. Albert Schweitzer was once asked, "Doctor, what's wrong with men today?" The great doctor was silent a moment and then he said, "Men simply don't think." It's about this that I want to talk about. Let's take 100 individuals who start even. Out of the 100, only 5 will become successful. Why do so many people fail? To understand this, first we have to define success. Earl Nightingale says, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If someone is working towards a predetermined goal and knows where he is going, that person is a success. If they are not doing that, they are a failure. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Rollo May wrote in his wonderful book called Man's Search for Himself, the opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice, it is conformity. And there you have the trouble today. The reason so many people fail, it's conformity. People acting like everyone else without knowing why or without knowing where they are going. But the trouble is, most of us acting like the wrong percentage group, the 95% who do not succeed. Why do people conform? Well, they really don't know. Most people seem to believe their lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them, by exterior forces. In a survey, people were asked, "Why do you get up in the morning?" 19 out of 20 had no idea. If you ask them, they'll say everyone goes to work in the morning. And that is the reason why they do it, because everyone else is doing it. Now let's get back to our definition of success. Who succeeds? The only person who succeeds is the person who is progressively realizing a worthy ideal. It's the person who says, "I'm going to become this," and then begins to work towards that goal. A success is anyone who is pursuing deliberately a predetermined goal because that's he or she decided to do. Deliberately. But only 1 out of 20 does that. The rest are failures. Earl Nightingale spent his whole life searching for a key for success. A key that would guarantee a person's becoming successful if they only knew about it and knew how to use it. Well, he found it. And this is what he found. Goals. Have you ever wondered why so many people work so hard without ever achieving anything in particular? And why others don't seem to work hard and seem to get everything? Have you ever noticed that a person who becomes successful tends to continue to become more successful? On the other hand, someone who is failure tends to continue to fail. The difference is goals. Some of us have goals, some don't. People with goals succeed because they know where they're going. It's that simple. Failures, on the other hand, believe that their lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them, by exterior forces. Think of an airplane leaving the airport. The captain and crew know exactly where the airplane is going and know how long it will take. It has a definite goal, and 9,999 times out of 10,000, it will get where it started to get. Now let's take another airplane, just like the first one. Only let's not put a captain on it. Let's give no aiming point, no goal, no destination. We just start the engine and let it go. I think you'll agree with me that if it gets out of the airport at all, it will either crash or fall down on some deserted beach. It can't go anyplace because it has no destination, no guidance. It's the same with human being. Now let's talk about the strangest secret in the world. Why do people with goals succeed in life and people without goals fail? I'll talk more about this in the part 2. It's something that if you really understand that, your life will change completely and will never be the same again. You will suddenly find that good luck just seems to be attracted to you. Things you want just seem to fall in line. If you really understand that, you will find that doubt and fear will now be things of the past. In part 2, I'll talk about why people with goals succeed. Subscribe and tune in for part 2. Don't miss it.